Hi everyone, this is Aaron for Zollotech, and I'm going to review the Galaxy Note 2. Now I know that it's been out for some time, but I thought that I'd do a different style review in that I wanted to do a long-term review. I've used this for quite some time. It's been out, well, I don't know, a month or month and a half, maybe even two, depending on your carrier, and thought I'd give you my thoughts after using it for a good amount of time. Now we'll go over the specs quickly, and as you can see, it's a pretty big phone. Let me just show you real quick. It's got a 5.5-inch screen, but here's an iPhone 5, just to give you a kind of perspective on how big this phone really is. So it's a pretty good size. So this Galaxy Note 2 is $200 to $300 depending on your carrier. You can see this is Verizon, and unfortunately they've branded it on the button. I don't know why they've done that, but other than that, it's pretty standard as far as the phone goes. Now the phone itself has a really nice quad-core 1.6 gigahertz Samsung Exynos processor in it. It's really fast, really responsive, and really doesn't slow down hardly at all. It has 16 gigabytes of internal storage. It's got 2 gigabytes of RAM. It also has expandable storage under this back here. And you can see here's the SIM card, here's the battery, here's expandable micro SD up to 64 gigabytes. So you've got a lot of storage as far as that goes. Now the battery is huge. It's 3,100 milliamp hours. I'll talk more about that in a moment. It's got this black plastic back, just like the Galaxy S3, which has held up pretty good, hasn't really scratched, anything like that. And since this is the Note, we do have the S Pen in the bottom here, which I actually don't find I use that much, but some people really like it. And it's really responsive. So I'm not going to really talk too much about that, but I'll show it to you a little bit. On the bottom, we have our micro SD for charging, syncing, those sort of things. On this side, we've got volume up and down. The top, we've got a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack, noise canceling microphone. Then on the front, you can see we have a forward-facing camera. We also have a rear-facing camera, 8 megapixel, with an LED flash. Here's our speaker. And then we've got our home button. We also have some sensors, and you just saw that light blink. That's a notifier light, which is really handy. So that's the phone itself. Let's turn it on. I'll put in my password here. And here's the home screen. And you can see it's got a really nice display. It's actually an AMOLED display, and it's 720p. So it's 1280 by 720, 5.5 inch. It's technically the Samsung Super AMOLED display. Really, really nice, vibrant display. Huge, as you can see. And it's somewhere between a tablet and a phone. The interface is really fast and quick, and it's running Jelly Bean, so it's Android 4.1, and then, you know, whatever version number I can show you here. But overall, it's really nice and very fast. If we go to About the Phone, you can see it's 4.1.1. So the phone has been great, and I have to say the thing I'm impressed with the most is actually the battery life. It's unbelievable battery life. Like I said, it has a huge 3,100 milliamp hour battery, and the actual claims are 21 hours talk time, 300 hours standby, and I actually get a huge amount of battery life. When I was at CES, I had horrible AT&T coverage, so I used this Verizon phone as a wireless hotspot so that I could actually use my iPhone through it to text people. So that's really a shout out to Verizon. They did a phenomenal job as far as connectivity out in Las Vegas. Now the impressive thing, like I said, is battery life. You can see the battery's not 100% full, and it's about what I had when I went to Las Vegas. When I went to CES on the show floor the first day, I used this as a Wi-Fi hotspot. For any of you that have used a Wi-Fi hotspot, you know that it really does use a lot of battery. And the battery life I got was incredible. It was all day long. So I got there before the doors open. I think they opened at 10. I got there around 9, walked around for a while, had the hotspot on then, and used it until the show closed at 5 or 6 p.m. No problems. Ran all day, did all my data traffic between this and my iPhone. This was checking email the whole time. So that's incredible battery life for a hotspot and a phone doing both of those duties. Now, the phone itself, like I said, is quite big, and that presents a problem as far as shuffling your hands around. My hands are really big to begin with, and even when you're using it, you can see just to hold it, it's a bit large. So I find when I'm using it, I have to shuffle my hands up and down. Everything is just super fast, super responsive, and really nice. Let me show you the S Pen that comes in the bottom here. Just slide this out, and as soon as we do that, it pops into this mode. And I was surprised how many people I saw using this at CES with the S Pen, or with just using it in general. But you can see how responsive it is. We can draw notes, things like that, but I really won't do any of that now. We could go to Paper Artist, let it load here, and we can just draw on whatever we want. So works really fast. If there's a couple things I don't like about it, it's really what Samsung has done as far as Google Now. To get into Google Now, it's kind of screwy. So on a Galaxy Nexus or any default stock Android device, you just kind of tap and hold the home button and slide up. Well, that doesn't work on this one. So you have your menu button, you tap and hold, and then it opens. Once it's open, it's fine, but it's just weird that they would change that around. It was really nice to just kind of flick up, and it worked great. Tap and hold. It's not a huge deal, but it is something that I just wish would be standard on all Android devices. Everything else is pretty nice. I saw so many people using these at CES, and I can't blame them as far as battery life and screen quality. The camera is great. No problems there. It's really fast, responsive. You can see I'll put my hand behind it here. Takes great pictures. It already took the picture. Here's the picture of my hand. Can we zoom in, move around? No slowdowns really at all, and can't complain about it whatsoever. If any of you have any comments or questions regarding the Galaxy Note 2, please place those in the comments below. I love to hear what you have to say about the phones or your experience with them, or if you're considering buying one. It's great to hear what you have to say about that. So if you could do that, go ahead and place those in the comments. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, please go ahead and subscribe. As always, thanks for watching. This is Aaron. I'll see you next time.